Well, a very good morning, Clock in the Gallop. Welcome to today's program. It's the start of a new week. It's Monday, the 19th of September. Sincere apologies for a bit of a croaky voice this morning, but that's the way that we've woken up, and hopefully that improves during the course of the day. It is just after 7:30 on a Monday morning, and I can tell you that there is a 90% chance of rain in Durban today. So the temperature is 21 degrees. It is cloudy, and there is a tailwind blowing. The temperature, as I mentioned, 21. The track condition on the Polytrack is standard. 8 races carded at Hollywoodbets Greyville today, and they've had 5 millimeters of rain in the last 7 days out at the Greyville circuit. We'll run through the card changes and the Ghostryder selections in a moment. Just quickly to tell you that the first race kicks off today at 12:25. And the 8th and last race will run at 25 to 5, 16:35. So 8 races on the program. We're armed with the Ghostryder selections, and we do have a place accumulator, after which we'll tell you a little bit more about the Ghostryder tipping service, which started a couple of weeks ago. Let's run through the selections today. And as I mentioned, the track condition is standard. Race 1 opens up proceedings, a maiden plate for fillies and mares over 1,000 meters. And in race 1, you can scratch number 2, I Like It Hot, who would have no doubt been a popular choice here, but is now a non-runner. Number 6, Cry Freedom, will race with blinkers. Blinkers go on that first timer. And number 8, Ellie's Bow, steel shoes in front, unshot behind, and races with a compression mask on. Selection in the first race. Well, the Ghostryder and I somewhat disagree over here, because I thought that the race was tailor-made for the 9 Trip to Royalty, who's recently changed yards, now with Michael Roberts from Justin Snaith. I thought with only 56.5 kilos to carry that she would be the right one. And I thought the danger was Guess Getterick. So there's not much difference between our selections, but the Ghostryder is tipping the 10 Guess Gettericks to break out of her maidens in her 11th start to beat home number 9 Trip to Royalty. I think it's a 2-horse race. 3rd goes to number 4 Ladies Day, and 4th to the newcomer number 1 Aaliyah's Unicorn. So that starts off the bipod today. Race 2 is the opening leg of the place accumulator at 1 o'clock. It's a maiden plate for fillies and mares over the 1,700-meter trip. In race 2, there are no changes to report. This is a particularly tough race. I looked at this race as well. The Ghostryder is going for the 5 American Style for Alison Wright and Keegan DeMello to beat number 7 Adelante, 3rd number 6 Whispering Green, and 4th number 4 Ladies at Champ. I think those are the 4 horses that you have to include. He also mentions number 8 Malcolm's Dream, and I think the weakest of the 5 horses, but I think it is between numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7. I sided slightly with Adelante, although what is concerning is that this is this horse's 4th run in the space of just over a month. So it's been quite heavily raced as Adelante, but I thought that it had the edge over horses like Whispering Green and American Style. There isn't much to choose between all 4 of them, but I think maybe 5, 6, and 7 you can get away with there for the likely winner in race number 2. So the tip there, 5, 7, 6, and 4, Danger 8, Malcolm's Dream. Then the Ghostryder selections purely on his own in the 3rd race, which is the start of the pick 6. That runs at 13:40, 20 to 2. It's a merit-rated 86 handicap, and it's over 1,800 meters. And in race 3, number 5, Have a Go, Joe, will race with blinkers. That is one of the selections that the Ghostryder hasn't included here. He doesn't really like that, actually. He's gone for the Andre Nell train, number 4, Sunday Island. Again, Keegan DeMello, who's riding the crest of a wave at the moment at the top of the jockey's log for the new season, which we're only 7 weeks into. So Sunday Island tipped to beat number 3, Sea Master for 2nd. 3rd, he's gone with number 8, Rumigam, and 4th, number 1, Monarchy for 3, 8, and 1. Dangers to include numbers 2, Juan Carlos, and 6, Arctic Tune, both hail from the Lorenzo Kareem stable. Let's move on to the 4th race. We move on to race number 4. That is the start of the first jackpot at 2:15. It's a fillies and mares 92 handicap, and it's to be run over 1,400 meters. No changes in race 4. The Ghostryder thinks this is a field race, folks. So if you are taking an exotic today, like the jackpot of the pick six, goes wide as possible here. If you want to narrow it down for PA purposes, he's tipping number 5, Chanty Lane, for Wendy Whitehead and Cabello Matsunyani, to beat number 3, Sachet Away. Third, number 4, Magical Flight, who's had many opportunities, hasn't won in 604 days, Magical Flight. And fourth to number 2, Meet at the George. That is the toughest race on the day, according to the Ghostryder. On to race 5 at 10 to 3, 1450, a merit rated 64 handicap. It's over 1,600 meters. In race 5, number 3, Winter Royale, races with cheek pieces. The blinkers have come off. So no blinkers, but cheek pieces instead for number 3, Winter Royale. Here, the top choice is number 1 to win it, Fever. In fact, Dennis Bosch and Muzieni have a number of lively opportunities to follow on the day, and they may well be the stable to follow today, Dennis Bosch. So number 1, Fever, tipped to beat number 6, Brandenburg. Third to number 2, A Whole New World. And fourth, number 7, Living Waters, 1627. Then on to race 6 at 25 past 3. This is a fillies and mares 68 handicap. It's over 1,000 meters. Race 6, number 7, Our Emily. Similar case with Winterell in the previous race. No blinkers, cheek pieces going on number 7, Our Emily. Selection here is number 8, Looking Hot, for Waiho Mowing and apprentice Malisela Kachedi to win it, with just a lightweight of 53 kilos to beat the other lightweight, number 9, Magical Lee. Third, number 2, Her Royal Majesty, which is an omen and could well be there today. And fourth to number 6, Faiza's Princess. A lot of royalty going on in race number 6. So 8, 9, 2, and 6. Takes us to race 7 at 4 o'clock this afternoon, which is a merit rated 67 handicap. It's over 1,200 meters. Here you can scratch number 3, Oh My Word. It's Roy as a non-runner. Blinkers going on number 2, Brave Voyager, which is interesting because it's a bit of a long shot, and the Ghostriders tipped it first, Brave Voyager. Dennis Bosch teaming up with Muzieni. The first selection, number 2, Brave Voyager. Second, 5, Grey Ocean. Third, 7, Woodstock Festival. And fourth to number 8, High Velocity. 2, 5, 7, and 8. And throw number 9, We All Chommies, for good measure. Never far off the premises is Com Naidu's 6-year-old son of philanthropist. On to the 8th and last race. Race 8 is off at 16:35. It's a merit rated 67 handicap over 1,200 meters. Scratch number 6 here, Movie Magic, a non-runner. Other changes, number 1, Who's That Star, has blinkers on. Elamites in front and unshod behind as well for number 1, Who's That Star. 3, Pindam Zala, Elamites front, unshod behind. And number 5, Charge Down. This horse is wearing blinkers, and the tongue tie comes off. Number 5, Charge Down. Selections for the final race. Number 7, Gimme a Rainbow. Blinkers come off for Carl Hewitt's in the stable in good form. Gimme a Rainbow ahead of number 9, Edward Longshanks, who I quite like myself today. Third to number 1, Who's That Star? And fourth to number 3, Pindam Zala. I think both Clint Binder runners will do him proud over here. Clint Binder breaking his duck for the season by having a winner on yesterday's card, which we tipped quite prominently there. The other horse to include in the last is number 8, Old Mug, who the Ghostryder says to include in your bets too. So those are the Ghostryder selections for today's Greyville meeting. We'll come back with the place accumulator, and then straight after that, we'll remind you of that private tipping service offered by the Ghostryder for the current month. So here is today's place accumulator. Starts in race 2, ends in race 8. It's 432 Rand per, as it was yesterday. Unfortunately, yesterday drew no luck. And he's trying to catch it again today. So 432 Rand for the place accumulator. 43 Rand 20s occurs you 10%. 86 Rand 40 at 20%, and 216 Rand for 50%. We'll start off in race 2 with 2 numbers, 5 and 7. American Style and Adelante by 3, 4, and 8, Seamaster, Sunday Island, and Arumagam. By 3, 4, and 5, Sachet Away, Magical Flight, and Chanty Lane. Then 1 and 6, Fever and Brandenburg. By 8 and 9, Looking Hot and Magically. Then 2, 5, and 7, Brave Voyager, Grey Ocean, and Woodstock Festival. And the last leg, 7 and 9, Give Me a Rainbow, and Edward Longshanks. That's the Ghostryder place accumulator for today's racing at Greyville. It'll cost you a full unit, 432 Rand. And that Ghostryder tipping service is up and running. If you want just today's selections, that is for 70 Rand. A daily rate is 70 Rand. A weekly rate is 150 Rand. And a monthly rate is 500 Rand. Obviously, the more you take in terms of the spell of the selections, then the cheaper each meeting does become. If you'd like to find out more, you can WhatsApp the Ghostryder on his private tipping service line, 082 695 3545. That's 082 695 3545. And I'm sure that he will get back to you. From all of us here at the Clocking the Gallop headquarters, have a good Monday racing day down in Durban. Tomorrow, just to remind, there's racing back at Durbanville in the Western Cape, and Neil Andrews will be back to tell you more about that tomorrow. From the entire team, have a good day. Bye-bye.